recording again. So I think as stylists, we can all agree that it's a very high stress situation often behind the chair. And I think we're all kind of here at the table here at different levels and different times in our career. I think that we agree that sometimes we thrive under pressure, but creating a team that supports each other during those moments, I think is really, really vital. And I think that we've been successful with that in a lot of ways, that we really have a team that we can like lean on. It never goes too far to where we don't have somebody there that can kind of got our back. I know I've experienced that many, many times. What are some things that you guys do to kind of like handle that pressure when it gets to be a little too much?
I mean, I always come back and I'm like, I can always express how I feel to all of you ladies, and I always run it by, and then we're like, once I get it out, I'm okay. Like, it may feel chaotic in the moment, and I may be 30 minutes behind schedule and whatever, but if I can talk to our team that we've established and just kind of like put it out there in the universe and let it go, that's what my go-to is, really.
Yeah, I agree.
I think sometimes too, I'll talk it out with someone. I'll say, hey, if I need help with rinsing out her toner or blow drying, and just to know, even if I actually don't need the help in the long run, but to know my team is like, I got you. It's just so reassuring, like just truck on through. I've never felt like my team wasn't going to be supportive of me. And that's a really good feeling, because I'm not sure if everyone feels that way in their
for sure
salon or wherever they are.
Or just left hanging.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
No,
I've definitely worked in situations where I felt that way for sure. Not at head cases. But
no, I know.
Yesterday, you guys. Jerks. Alyssa, can you speak on that at all, as far as moments that you kind of felt pressure and kind of what you feel like are ways that you can handle that a little bit?
I feel like I agree with like getting reassurance. It's great to have that. It's great to be able to come back and talk it out with whoever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who's back there. You know that you're able to talk with them about it, whatever it is. And that's really awesome. That's more than I could ask for.
And we've all gone through those moments, where we're just overwhelmed, or we're like, I'm hating how this turned out, or there's 3 bands in this I haven't had box color in my hair ever hair situation, and like you just lean into it, or you ask questions that could help you out with your situation, and you just rock it out.
Bobby, from your perspective, not necessarily doing hair in the salon, but certainly sitting back and kind of watching everything unfold, I'm sure there's been moments, as you've mentioned, where you've like kind of saw the chaos unfolding, and probably from your perspective, it probably looks a little bit crazy. Do you have any insights on like how we handle it as a group? Or
I mean, I would say that like it doesn't look crazy like from the outside looking in. Like it looks like, just like I can see how you guys, how you say like you go to the back and you talk it out, or like there's always somebody like, hey, let me just bounce this off you, or let me ask you this, and in your head you're probably screaming like, oh my goodness, but from the outside looking in, it's just like a team, like a very strong team that just really always has each other's backs.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. I'm super proud of that. I like that for sure. So I guess on, that kind of note of the support, I think where we leave this is just how grateful that we are that we have a strong team. And it starts with having each member be 100% invested. And I think that we do have a team like that. Everybody is like truly invested in what we're doing and then truly has each other's back. I'm very, very grateful for that. I think that that's the only way that we can be successful. I have worked in other situations where there wasn't the support, and it kind of was always, there was some negativity. There was always a little bit of competition, which I definitely think is something that we don't really have. I don't really feel like there's competition so much at head cases, which I think is helpful, because you can thrive in a situation where you're being supported more than competing, exactly. And I really appreciate that. What tips would you give to stylists who feel like they're struggling with the pressure of it all? And because I don't think that schools set you up for success in this way. I don't think that they tell you the level of pressure that's there. And I think when you first get into the salon, it's like, whoa, this is not what I was anticipating. And you see a lot of people kind of give up, Do you have any tips for people kind of just getting into that world?
This is definitely a learned behavior, but it really, for me, came down to just having control of the situation, meaning not letting a client overpower your authority over the situation. So being sure of yourself, taking time to answer. I think even in any human interaction, we feel like we right away have to have this response or this reaction to what someone's saying or doing, and really just pausing and thinking about what the right answer is instead of just an answer, and that shows confidence.
I agree. And not letting your emotions get the best of you. Like just
For sure.
Yeah. Where
Yes.
that, again, going back to that pause.
Because it can be hard when you're first starting because you want to seem more, sure of yourself than you are, or more skilled than you are even. And so you just keep talking and talking, and you're at the end, you're like, what?
What was I even saying?
Yeah.
And I was complete gibberish.
Totally. And it's just, pause, think about it, the answers, and just be in control of the situation.
Morgan had made a really good comment the other day when her and I were talking about something to the effect of, we all know Adria's awkwardness. We all know that Adria, you talk about gibberish, sometimes Adria just goes on a whole thing. But for some reason, when I get behind the chair with my guests, I am very much in control. I am very much in control and in charge of the situation. And so the joke that we made was something to the fact of, you take the chair away, the power goes away. I'm only able to be confident and clear if I have a chair in front of me. I feel like that's valid.
If you're standing tall behind someone sitting lower than you, with a cape around them.
I've been told, look, I have shears by your scalp. I'm in charge.
No, I get it.
I think for me, it was really just throwing myself in there and just saying, like, even if I don't feel that confident, like, I'm still going to try. I'm going to try this new technique. I think during COVID, I spent hours, just like everybody else, scrolling through reels and just trying to find new ways to do things that I was already doing to make it better. And so I just tried. I mean, you're either gonna fail or you're not, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You just throw yourself in there, and
Go for
eventually it'll stick. Eventually you'll get confident. Eventually you'll feel on the inside how you feel on the outside. So
yeah, perseverance for sure. I agree with you completely. Well, I think these are all really good tips. Hopefully they help somebody who is just starting out in the field. I don't know about you guys, but I think that this, after 30 years of being in this industry, I still think it's the best industry that there is. There's no other job that I would want to have. And I think part of it is just embracing the chaos, embracing the pressure, and just lean into all of it. Lean into it, accept it, and just like go with it. That would be kind of my 2 cents. Well, I appreciate everybody being here today. Thanks so much, and keep shining bright. It's the transitions that are awkward, but I have an opening and I have a closing template for all of these, so that's where like the editing will go into play. I feel like that went pretty good. What do you guys think?
yeah.
So I'd say we have time for one more if you guys don't mind. My objective is to get as many, is to get at least like 4 or 5 episodes recorded before I start posting them. And then maybe just like once a month having like recording dates just like this, where just like, if you can show up, cool. If you can't, cool. I would really like to do an episode on each person's journey, like just like one like actual episode. Did anybody listen to like the Adria? So exciting.
Yeah.
I was thinking that when we were introducing ourselves, like, is that for someone who doesn't, I mean, I guess the name is fine, but like, when I'm listening to a podcast, sometimes I'm like, wait, who is this person?
Yeah.
Like, should there be any detail, or like when Alyssa was talking, like should she be like, say I've only been behind the chair for a year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just there's some context I think that might be missing. Maybe
Okay.
just try to.
So when we're kind of start the conversation, kind of like think about like some of the background that might be needed in the conversation.
Yeah. Sometimes too. I'm just throwing out stuff. I'm not critiquing. I hope. Okay. Like when I'm listening to a podcast, like the beginning is always like some sort of like not always. It's nice when I'm listening to one. It's like a brief little intro. It's not even an intro. It's like you chime in and they're in the middle of a conversation. Like hi, they start talking about something, even if it's silly. Like I was on my way here and it's a silly little anecdote, silly little story, and then you get into instead of being like hi, I'm Adria, and here's what we're talking about right now, which is fine too. But sometimes it's nice to be a little more organic.
I agree. So I guess my philosophy is just like get the stuff and then I can kind of edit it.
Yeah.
Based on because sometimes it's hard. I think when Morgan and I came the first time, I had everything really planned out. And I didn't feel like that went as smooth as just trying to like get the stuff and then go back. And so I agree with you. Actually, I would love that, but I don't necessarily know how to make it happen exactly without just having the conversations.
Yeah, no, I mean it still has to be orchestrated.
Yeah,
you have to
like starting the last one. We could have said I was on my way here and I thought about that one time when Emily cut her finger. Or like something like that.
Yes,
you know
and that's how the conversation started.
That would be a good start.
Yeah,
you know
which
I mean?
you can re-record if you want and edit it that way if you'd like.
I don't know if that would work though, because I feel like that was like such a big part of the episode. Can we think of like another thing that we could do that we could say?
What did we start off?
I mean, just
what
going
did we
forward,
start
just
what story
we
did
could,
we,
you know?
What story did you start off with? Like, okay, so let's think about it. Which way? Which direction?
We were talking about weddings, and then.
Okay.
We like segued into the.
Like I like that vibe when it's just like organic, starts to
That's
chime
what I'm
in.
trying to do.
Yeah. And
I
it could
agree.
just start with you being like, so how did that wedding go this weekend? And it's us saying like,
We
it's
did
so
kind of
great.
talk a little bit about
Alyssa
weddings.
was great, blah blah blah.
Let's do that. Let's just.
I don't
we're
mind.
recording right now.
Yeah, you've got the time.
Stop recording.
Well, now you know the notes.
Yeah, no, I won't forget them. Seriously, when I'm editing, sometimes I get that one. It was just like we talked so much about the note. We recorded all that. I'm like, oh, for heaven's
Bobby,
sake.
do your feet touch the
Trying to
ground?
get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the edge
really?
of my seat.
So let's
Alyssa, do
do
yours
that.
touch the
Let's
ground?
record just
Mine do.
simply.
I'm not sitting back.
Damn. Look at this.
my
I got
God,
inches under here.
Yeah. And I'm sitting all the way back.
Sure, girl problem.
But I mean, if I sit all the way back like this, my toes are like tippy toe.
No, what are you talking?
Like all the way back, like all the way.
I am all the way. If I'm all the way
Alright, if
back,
I'm
the
all the
bend
way
of my
back,
knee
I
is
can't
behind
It's on your calves. You got hamstring stretch there.
I'm all the way back.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Wah.
sitting. I sit on the edge of my
From here, you
chair, or
don't
else
even
my
look
feet are
pregnant.
gonna fall asleep.
I mean, I know that you
It's
are.
because I have my
honestly.
blankie sweatshirt on.
But yeah, so yeah, we could start like that though. How'd the wedding go?
All right, let's do that. Let's start again, and this part will be. I wish I remembered how to title these, but I don't. So we're just gonna. I'll record it later. Do it
Wait, are we
separately.
recording what we
No,
just
no, we're
did?
not gonna re-record. We're gonna use that, but like let's let's do an opening, like to what you're saying. Like let's do weddings. Like let's just start a conversation that's talking about the wedding that you guys did, and the wedding that I did. Like
Yeah,
and
just
then
start
I
it
can
and
use
say,
that.
you
I'll
know,
edit it. Move
how was
it
your
over.
wedding? Pretend we didn't see each other. How was your wedding this weekend?
Yeah,
Or
and then
not your
that'll
wedding.
be like the beginning that I will
Yeah.
then put on the front of it. So, I think I can.
Because you could even put like that whole wedding situation and then start talking about like the chaos in the salon. You don't necessarily have to like, you can edit it where like that leads into, okay, the chaos that they're behind the chair.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. I'm like asking. I want to kind of try to keep this.
Yeah, this place is pretty cool, I'd have to say. I'm about to get I'm gonna get my membership here soon. These are all really good tips because I've done this a couple times and I really want to start recording a podcast. So I've really been working hard on it for the last couple months. So
That's awesome.
on what? Just like I'd like to like more like life kind of just experience. I was gonna do it very much like towards women, but like I think I want to do it's a little bit more broad than that, dealing with trauma, you know, like self-discovery, that kind of thing.
She must have took the long way around. She took the long way around.
No, I think those people were talking. Well, she was waiting and she didn't.
Just like one long thing that I have to go back through. The passage right here.
So you can just go ahead.